some rush. My coat frozen. Hello. Right. Okay. So it is time to find out who did the murder. And whether my speculations from last week are correct. But first, let me just drop a tweet because it feels like it's definitely stopped doing that, which is, understandable, I guess. But anyway, hi. Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. So, chapter 3, I believe. Oh well, at least my bot is being reliable. Right. And so, okay. Who done did it? Who did the murder? So, chapter 3. We're about to start the trial. Look at the investigation. So this chapter was weird, and that there was the third island opened up, there was a cinema, there was a weird film, and suddenly everyone was infected, or at least not everyone. People started being infected with the despair virus that made them act opposite to what they did. So Mikito was lying, Ibuki was very compliant, not rebellious at all, and I Kane was a complete coward. We still don't know what's happened to the big dude. He's not here for the trial. He got exploded a couple of streams ago. I'm trying to protect Kane. So we don't know what's happened to him. And Ibuki and the annoying little girl are dead. I'm sad about Ibuki. I feel like somebody told Ibuki to kill and then commit suicide. It seems to be based off the film, but I think the little kid was killed first and then hidden somehow, and then there was something was set up. We don't know when because the let me note it in. Basically what happened was someone had altered the temperature, so obviously everyone knows when you alter temperature you can't accurately predict time of death, and then there seems to be some sort of setup potentially in the hospital where someone has staged. Now I want it to be Nagito who did it, but depending on when it happened, it's entirely possible he wouldn't have had the opportunity. It's also entirely possible that he would, because he could have just told Ibuki to do everything, and, you know, because we know that the nurse lady came to wake us up because Nagito was feeling better. She fell asleep in our bed, nearly freaking suffocated us again, but also we don't know how long that was. And yeah, and now everyone's not infected, and we've got to figure out who told them to kill. If it's Nagito, this wraps it up really nicely. If it's not, then I'm really confused. But we will find out. So, let's set the skills. Okay, so we've got plenty of SP to... We've got plenty of skills we could allocate, but... plenty of points we can allocate to, but we haven't got enough things yet, so... I can't really do anything more. Proceed. Trial.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Do we need to
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
We know. We've done this many times.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person...
Oh, the heights are interesting. The little kid is really small there.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
Yes, you do. I suspect you're.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Are you still lying now, or are you telling the truth, or do you maybe not remember? Because that would be really weird.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
Great.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Aye, Kazuichi, don't be rude.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up! The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Because the sequence is
Then,
wrong.
Let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late.
No, she was already dead before then. The key thing is that there were 2 hemp bags. And that the range on the altered recording equipment could reach the music venue, but the unaltered one would only reach in the same building. So it is possible someone switched out the camera in the music venue for one, because they couldn't have switched out the unit, I don't think. Or they could have maybe switched out the unit. The point was that there were 3 units in the end. I think there was one upstairs in the conference room, one in the music venue, one in the hospital, and somehow, like, the cameras and receivers had mixed up so they could use it as communication. But I'm fairly certain that Ibuki had been dead a while. We checked on her before we went back to the cavern, so this happened overnight. We couldn't check on her in the morning because Mikan went, no, she'll be asleep. We should check on, we need to check in on Nagito. So we don't know when she disappeared.
By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
Sorry, it could have been anyone in the video except for the people that were already dead. And Hyoko, I believe, is dead, but, like, wrapped in something around this column. I don't know, I feel like there was something deceptive going on with that. But I feel like on the camera, when we saw it, the person did not have the long hair. Plus, there's the whole thing with the blood on the bottom of the soles, none blood on the stepladder. The only blood on the stepladder was on the hand. The left hand? Possibly. One of the hands. Like... But yeah, the presence of the blood makes me think that Hyoko was already dead. So yeah. So they've not got it right yet.
The others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Oops, I hit the wrong button there. Oh yeah, I should check in on my spare. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna clean up a few of the poops. Because I don't want them to die. I do want a bit more despair, I think.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue. And unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
Because they thought he was infected.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our site.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital.
I mean, there was only 3 people, so...
And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Luigi.
Don't
Get
say
my
it
dad
like
the
that and
gutter.
confuse people.
After I heard from those 2 that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Probably planned it. I want you to have planned it, because then I get rid of you, but I have a feeling you're going to be with us to the bloody bitter end. Despite you volunteering several times to help people plan murders.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Okay. We're playing this game, are we?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
We could, but we're not. We're the main character. We can do it. They were with us the entire time. But also, this makes me think that it really is him, which makes me very happy because that will get rid of all the people that I didn't like in one fell swoop. Didn't like Kyoko, and I don't like him anymore. Everyone who's left, then, is, you know, okay, somewhat weird. Not going to prevent any more murders. There's going to be at least 2 more. And I want Nekomaru to come back. But yeah, I'm hoping Gundam survives at least 3 more free times, because I'd like to get his skill. So I think maybe building up Gundam and Chiaki's pieces, because, you know, apparently he has a good skill, and I like her. Though we maybe should talk to him at some point now he's turned into a fairly half-decent person. But yeah, it's like Teru was the murderer at the beginning. I didn't like him because he was so creepy. And then I don't like her and they're dead. So Yeah. It didn't happen so much in the first game. Hifumi was like there for quite a large percentage, and I didn't like him, but everyone else was nice. Whereas this one had a large percentage of unlikable characters. I feel like these must be the backups, right? That's why they're not in the school. Anyway.
Lie? Why would I lie?
What? Look, this little hair follicle, he's not lying.
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it.
You cannot prove a negative.
Come on, try to prove it to me.
You can't prove a negative. You can't prove a negative. It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito is the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Yep. Damn it, I should have explained it to Nagito. Nagito, now I'm in trouble thanks to that. Well, you had to. You had to explain it to everybody. He's either stirring... Okay.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Wait, hang on. Okay. There should be a contradiction because I'm not the killer. Yes. I need to stop concentrating on the
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
No, it's the last one. Because we didn't see the movie.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Oops. I didn't mean to hit that button. What I wanted to do was...
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Okay. I need to fast forward.
Hajime's testimony.
There we go.
That would also be.
I don't think I can deny that.
After all,
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because
he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
the fact that the
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I hadn't seen it.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie.
Okay,
His
he's just
invitation
stirring.
ticket is proof of that.
I'm trying to prove my innocence.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Ah. You're irritating, you are.
Yes, no mistakes there.
Okay. That's fine. I should just talk to myself. So,
Which means there's
if someone
no
does come
way
into chat,
Hajime,
please do
who
speak
never
up.
saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
You don't know it was Ibuki.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
There was some sticky stuff that solidified and a plank of wood which could have potentially been propped to, you know, when it was closed, it could have been a trap. When we ran out, if the door slammed shut type thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
Well, I mean, actually, though, it could be, because someone had to take down that giant roll of paper. But that's more realistic than... Someone took down the giant roll of paper and stashed it in the cupboard, than... and then barred the door. That seems more realistic than someone killed someone in 10 minutes.
And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
And also Nagito and Akane, because they were in the hospital.
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
Okay, so it's not my favourite ladies and the, okay, weirdly becoming okay Yakuza guy. Right. I don't know. No, we definitely did not see Hiyoko, which means that either she wasn't there or the paper was up. And as someone obviously either moved the body or moved the paper in that 10 minutes. It couldn't have been. Okay, so it wasn't us fault.
Gundam
Okay,
met up with Hajime at the motel right before that.
yeah, okay.
And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, The only person that leaves is one of you.
Okay, but it still could have been Nagito.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
You mean the one that got exploded and is probably half dead?
Me too!
That wasn't you, Mark.
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Hello was inside the music venue through Hiko obviously next though, but is that really it? I don't know. Someone definitely did something after we ran out. But it could be as simple as we ran out, they tore down the paper, and they ran out and closed the doors. I don't know. Or we just really didn't see. Okay.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay, I'm really not sure. That person's remark contradicts the truth. Okay, right, we're gonna pay attention more to
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Okay, so I'm thinking something to do with the glob. Maybe the glob means that they didn't lock it from
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
I really
It
need
seems
to.
they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken...
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music by locking the door from the inside. They tried to keep us from getting in.
Can't rewind.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have.
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer waited till we gathered together, and suddenly it.
So they looked like they had just rushed.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music by locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong! Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Gum?
Crap!
Glue.
I see! That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
She put it in your mouth.
Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
So it's interesting that the people that were executed have like the method of execution in the cross. So like he was executed by being deep fried, and then Pekka was executed with the sword, so her cross is swords, and everyone that was moided is just a normal cross.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yup, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
It was a little too crispy.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
Hey Jesse.
Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
It's okay, Fuyuhiko.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
Don't say things like that.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue.
Though, you did just say something like that. Mika, please tell me it wasn't you. I know Hiyoko was bullying you, but what did Ibuki ever do? Unless it's from the second chapter still, that game where you were bullied there too. Oh, this is not good.
They must have done it earlier than that.
I mean, the glue could have, if it's some of that glue where if you have the two halves and they stick together, as long as the door wasn't closed when we went in, it could have been pre-set up, except that the killing thing. Someone still had to take down whatever was concealing Hyoko. Earlier.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
Nope. Ibuki's body was visible.
And when you went back with everyone else, Hyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hyoko was actually killed earlier.
Oh, that's what I've been saying all along.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own.
But someone
The
had
killer
to be
did
in the
that
venue
too.
in those 10 minutes. Which does make it a little... tight.
Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Hi, Dan. It wasn't you? Okay, I trust you. Scrap was stuck on the button lighting in the music venue, and now I should be able to figure out what it is. Wallpaper. We're going to do a word puzzle thing, but you're going to make me do a word puzzle. Hangman's Gambit, of course you are. I forgot all the controls again. That is not wallpaper. Hang on, does wallpaper fit? Maybe. Well, let's try with a W. Yes, okay, so wallpaper does fit. Oh, I took a little bit of damage. That's tricky. All the R's started coming at once.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music
Ooh,
video
they look like
storage room,
eyes.
there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearance?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of
He's
paper, you can
feeding
figure
us.
this out easily.
Crap. Wallpaper connected as it connects to some of the appearance of Yoko's body. Trace it back from there, the answers should become clear. Let's give this a try. Okay. It was Jesse. Alright, perfect. Oh! Logic dive. Okay. I forgot the controls. Okay. Accelerate, brake, jump. Probably want to avoid that. It was hidden. To the killer use wallpaper. At this point, we can't switch answers because it will be way too late. That yellow stuff does, whether it doesn't seem to heal. They covered the pillar. Yes. We already figured out a lot of the answers at this point already.
It's all coming together.
What we haven't figured out is who ordered it.
Got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
I suppose it's suspicious that the one on the left has the exposed brick stuff and the other one, you know, is just perfect. And I think the trifecta, the third, because there were three murders in the film, but it was the Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow. And I think the camera is symbolic of the Tin Man, because it's all smashed up. But there's a couple of things. Did someone suggest to the highly suggestible Ibuki to kill Hyoko and then kill herself? In which case, kind of the perfect crime. But there's the whole blood on the shoes, not blood on the stepladder, potentially. But it was definitely staged well before they sent us that video. So the video was staged. They knew as soon as we rushed out of the hospital. And then all they had to do was wait till we left the venue, tear down the paper, hide the paper, and fully shut the door so it glued shut. Dropping the drumstick. But it really does narrow our suspect pool a bit.
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
Well, they'd already had it down so they could hang the rope from it. Oh, maybe that's what they did.
Baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using
That's probably how they hung Ibuki as well. They just basically told him to stand there while they lifted the lighting up. And oh, that's horrible. And then they just staged the stepladder, which doesn't look like it's in the right place anyway. Because she wasn't struggling. There's no way it would have fallen over. And then they cleaned up the blood, so the obvious blood, so we didn't notice it. They'd hung the black curtain already so they could stage the thing upstairs. And then they switched the cameras before smashing up the unit. So yeah, because the baton lighting was already round down so they could put the wallpaper on it, they literally just... Oh, that's horrific. Who is this diabolical mastermind? Please be negative, please be negative. Because anyone else, and I'm just horrified.
Then
that's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper.
Well, because they were doing it from up high.
And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
To be fair, they also could have just told Ibuki to do that. And then tie the rope and then literally... No, because there's no way they could have put the lighting back up. No, they still could have if they told her to put the rope on there and then go up the stepladder. Ugh. They literally did not need to be there except at the very end to rip down the wallpaper. If you're going to say bold and risky so therefore I couldn't have done it, Mikan, I'm going to be extremely suspicious of you.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
No, the camera was mutilated.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
I don't know why take out two people. It's odd. Well, I suppose they didn't want to chance the fact that Ibuki would remember doing the killing when she woke up, so they had to either take her out or convince her to suicide. But yeah, I mean, why do the killing? Because they want to go off the island? Did they really think they were going to get away with it by using a proxy? If they'd have done that, why not just let it play out? Because they couldn't chance Ibuki not getting strangled straight away and us bringing her down and saving her and then her remembering. So they had to pre-set it up. But they took a risk. Anyone could have seen them coming out of the music venue. I really do feel like it's Nagito. That's my current vote, because anyone else I just can't comprehend right now. Unless somehow Kazuichi, but then why did he have against them? Why did the film trigger it? Did the film just give them an imitation, or is the film based off something? I mean, it's literally based off The Wizard of Oz, except that instead of helping them, Monokuma kills them.
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
I see! The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Ah, yes.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
It's the only way it could have been done!
A valid line of reasoning.
I mean, to be fair, no. It could have been done a different way. It could have been that someone murdered both of them, but what's more likely, and I'm going to keep repeating it, is that someone told Ibuki in her suggestible state that it would be a great idea to murder Hiyoko. Maybe Hiyoko was just an opportunity victim because she went to use the really big mirror.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
It's weird. Excuse the yawns. Again, I feel like I just need a disclaimer on my channel permanently, is if I'm yawning, it's 99.9% likely not the game. It's just because I'm tired.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
Possibly.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so
So basically,
light,
because
as
of blood
light
on her
as the
shoes,
silk
she
feather.
didn't die first. But also, because I know how the killer did the killing, more or less, she couldn't have died first anyway.
Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
I mean, he's using lots of big words that don't make sense.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Please don't not have the... don't have the insulting.
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
Getting blood on her slippers.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. It's massively clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Which minigame is this going to be? Make my argument. Blood on the soles.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any footprints at the crime scene?
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart.
We need to buffer the blue one.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I don't want to contradict that.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something.
How's everyone doing today?
That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Blood pattern, but then that could just be the artistic license.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
Oh yeah, there's also the missing hospital robe. Because Akane was looking for the missing hospital robe as well.
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye! Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know.
Was it you?
You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
You just did the wettest dog walk ever, but it's not raining.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
It's a sword slashy game. I hate the sword slashy game.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime. There was... You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about 1 minute. Did you see a nice nightmare?
I can't back down!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was... You can't step on blood that was... Just about... Did you see a nice nightmare?
I can't back down! As long as Ibuki's body has no open wounds, there's no doubt that that blood is Hyoko's.
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, yes. But it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step... It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Okay, right.
Hyoko was taped to the pillar, yes. But it's possible that the pillar still had blood on it. However, you cannot step on the pillar with your feet.
There's blood earlier.
It's been nearly 3 years since I've had to use 60% of my power.
Damn it!
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belong... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Most since Friday. Oh wow, we only got one
The reason there was
evening.
no blood
Yesterday,
on the floor
the day
is
it was
because
raining.
the killer wiped it away afterward.
Afternoon and evening.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, so someone wiped up the blood, which, to be fair, also still could have at this point been Ibuki told to clean up the blood, but she still
Look
stepped in
closer.
it.
There's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Yay! Congratulations.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Oh, well that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
It's no spoilers. No spoilers, no commenting on next chapters at all. I'm first time playing this game. Please don't say anything about any future chapters. You're welcome to come in and discuss what's happened so far, but please no spoilers.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact.
Should
But the
be
killer
obvious
probably did not know
that,
it either.
you know. Don't come in and say stuff about the game when it's clearly in chapter 3 about future chapters. That's just bad etiquette. Why would you come into someone's game and basically tell them like something that happens near the end? That's just rude. Plus, it's against the rules. Literally, you had to accept the chat rules to chat, and it says no spoilers. Fairly certain, unless my thingy's gone wonky. Yeah, I mean, ask first, but generally, if someone is playing a game, don't spoil it. It's like the first rule of watching something. So yes.
Running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
Yeah, we already said
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Cool! It only took me an hour to get to the point that I already figured out, like, last time. Hi, Leaky!
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
My side.
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blackened to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Yeah, but in this case, there's no way she would have done it herself.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
No, not really.
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Yeah.
Then she was alive!
No.
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
No.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and messed with the crime scene.
Pretending to be dead being hung by the neck from a lighting fixture.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind.
Still think it's you though.
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then And just what was that video Hajime saw?
Hmm?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right?
No. Somebody wearing the second bag in the other hotel row. The other, maybe it isn't Nagito. Because someone took the other hospital robe out of the fourth room. God damn it. If it's not Nagito, then who is it? And why? It's unlikely to be Akane. Could be anyone. There's no identifying features. It doesn't look like Kabuki because the hair's not hanging down.
Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Alright. You're a puddle. Okay. I suppose as a puddle it's easier to swim because you are just water.
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, as I was trying to fill out relative heights at one point.
Don't say it all proud.
Stretch. Hydrate. Merge with bottom corner of window.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did
Thankful.
something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
Not really.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement.
Well, before, but not right before. Because someone staged something.
And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
But when was Mikan with Nagito?
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi to
I mean, to be fair, if we find the person without the alibi, we find the person who staged the video thing in the hospital. So I don't know. I still don't think. I'm still not totally convinced that she didn't die before. But at the very least, someone needed to set the crime scene. So someone could have been at the scene when we arrived, just hiding in the cupboard, ready to come out, you know, pull the thing down. So this establishing of alibis is still useful. I need to have a little break in a moment.
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Terrible, terrible name. I need to check what these
We can
actually
exclude
are.
the sick people like me and Akane, right?
No, we can't. Yeah, so there's the blood spots on the stepladder on the left-hand side. That is definitely a thing. There's the whole candle. That being destroyed. Mikan's account. Right until the moment. To be fair, okay, Mikan was with us. But she still had time to go upstairs and set the scene because she wasn't with us when we saw the video. So there is still a small chance. Person dressed in a hospital gown, good. Yep. And there are 2 bags. So he met her in front of the hospital. They split up. They checked the movie theatre in Electric Avenue. They only separated for a short time. Sonia's the one that sent her to the music venue. And there were 2 bags. Those are the relevant things.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
Gone? No, wait, we have an alibi. Where's the bullets? So Mikan was with Hajime. That should be an alibi, right?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement.
Wait, what was Sonya's? I don't know when she was told to do that, though.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
I'm sleeping out of cottages, right? Not an alibi.
Crap!
Okay.
We can exclude
Okay,
the
so it's
sick
not
people like me
that.
and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Wait, no.
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Mikan's
I think everyone
destroys
at the motel
the
is doing
sick
that.
people one, doesn't it?
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was
Yes,
where I
Mikan was
supposed
with
to be,
us.
my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi,
No, that's wrong!
Me and Mikan have one. There we go. We'll just use it there if we can't use it at the beginning. There we go. That was the right place anyway.
Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
Well, yes, but Mikan still would have had enough time to do the rest of the setup. Okay, before we go into anywhere, I really need the bathroom. So I'm going to have a quick break, and I will be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy this short ad. And I'm back.
you two have alibis?
We still need more hope fragments. We've done our best with the free time we've got. I think until I take steps, I don't get more despair.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
That just sounds really dodgy, Mikan.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I mean, it doesn't mean that she didn't set the whole thing up before she left. Gave herself an alibi. I mean, I'm giving possibly a little too much credit. She is... But she's the one that's now acting suspicious because she left us to go and use the encore room, right? Which is upstairs near the theatre. And then she suddenly decided to check on Akane and come running out the room. But why would she kill them? I don't know. Unless it's the bullying situation.
I
Could be.
accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Aw, Chiaki.
Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
No. I'm sorry, but that is not enough for me.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
Before, for a certain part, yes. During, no one has an alibi.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Huh?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process. Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have a bloody hangman's gambit and I don't know the answer here. If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Yes. Got a trap set by one of us. Well, it's got to be one of us. Otherwise, you know, on the crewman rules. Okay, so then whose and what kind of trap is it? I don't know. What are you going to give me? Hangman's gambit? No, we're suspending it. Okay, right, we're having a break.
Hiya!
Why, hello there, mon ami. Mon ami, those moss balls look tasty today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, mon amis, appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Kind-hearted big brother is going to give you the chance to honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a redheaded stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. You were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. Can I just want to appeal? And if your appeal is successful, there might be much opportunities. I'm Usami, Chikomura girl, star Usami. I'm a needy bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Talking about nothing whatsoever. I would like to save my progress. Okay, I probably should have picked this time for my break, but I really need the bathroom.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
But also a reminder for the people watching the stream that... Excuse me. Remember to stretch, hydrate, and have food yourselves.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this?
I've been hydrating. And I don't know what you mean. At our age, you know, it's always been an issue for me.
We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
I have a teeny bladder. Probably an overshare there. But it's nothing to do with old age.
No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
What if I could in real life? The reason the killer did an imitation murder was a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist? I don't know.
Huh. It suddenly got quiet in here. Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
I wish you could die too.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too. If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only
We
because
didn't know
of
about that rule
Monokuma's
then.
rule.
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie.
Still think it was the camera.
About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape.
Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete.
It looks like she's got a chicken in her hair. A little hair clip. Well, yeah, that's it.
If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning, they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
Oh. So someone wanted to kill Ibuki by making her hang herself, and Hyoko coming to use the mirror was the unexpected twist, which rules out Sonia.
What?
I mean, I'm not sad that she was accidentally murdered. I really didn't like her. She was a bully and quite mean. Hyoko's murder wasn't planned.
I understand that imitation wasn't enough. But
I thought it was, well, the Tin Man was, you know, the camera.
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like the missing hospital robe, the 2 bags.
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Why did she go to the music venue?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
Oh, we know why Hyoko did. We don't know why Ibuki did.
I have no freaking clue what you're
Ah,
trying
in
to
which case
say.
maybe Ibuki didn't kill. Ah. Yeah, because I was thinking it was planned. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe someone just wanted to kill Ibuki because she was suggestible. And it would seem like the perfect crime. And then the fact that everything went a bit wrong, I don't know. It's weird.
However,
But then
this
why?
is
I can
getting
understand
quite
Hyoko
interesting.
because she was a bully.
The 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Why Ibuki? Why Hyoko went to music venue? That's the key to us. We know that. We know that. Sonia told us. She needed to use the mirror. No, wait.
why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
No, maybe. She went of her own free will.
She was guided by the will of causality.
Well, isn't in there?
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue? There's no way we'd know that!
Free will should go with Motoru and
Maybe the
Kyo, I
killer
think.
summoned her.
If that's not it, maybe she got abducted by the killer.
She didn't get abducted.
No, maybe. She went to
I agree with that.
We needed Sonia's account, because she already told us why she would have been there.
It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Yoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
Maybe there's a chicken. It could be a cuckoo from Zelda.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
Nah.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious. Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose. Are you saying my gut was wrong? This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
No, that's not the issue.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Why? Sonia's account.
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
I can't back down!
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Oh, I've not got any cuts left. I have a limit of cuts!
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She definitely got abducted. The killer forced their way into Hyoko's room. Forcibly abducted her! The girl is so small and weak-looking. And that's why the killer targeted her.
Right. Oof, okay.
But Hyoko's room was locked. The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
There's no reason for the killer to put the key in Hyoko's kimono. The killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hyoko's body. Her kimono. There's only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Good. I managed to get the right thing in there. Hi, Didium. If I didn't say hi
was
already.
messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room.
Didn't have any
That
other
is why
options
I
to wear.
informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
Oh, and Sonia, you were responsible for her death then, but not intentionally.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
Carney, please don't say things like that.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet,
Kazuichi,
make
please
her
stop
do
being a
little
creep.
Something, something.
Don't make me wish you dead. Hell no.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hiyoko would go to the music venue.
So it was an accident.
Though that may not apply to Sonia, since she provided Hiyoko with that information.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonia, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
I'm now probably convinced it's blinking Mikan, and I don't know why.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself, she was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki.
They made it look like a suicide, but it became more dodgy when... because Ibuki was there.
The killer
because
most
Hiyoko was
likely
there.
had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Killed Hiyoko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
But why would Mikan kill Ibuki? I can understand Mikan wanting to kill Hiyoko.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan. Do you have any ideas?
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
Yeah, that's the problem. Killer's plan from the beginning. I'm sure we're very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Maybe it then was Naruto just taking advantage of the situation.
Hey, how long are you gonna stay quiet?
Oh, am I allowed to speak? I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion. Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
We knew that.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene. But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers.
Come on.
So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Exactly!
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh.
I thought you were going to
about
give
it
us some
then.
insight into why someone might have wanted to kill Ibuki.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
No, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place where she kept walking around.
Strange. It's very strange.
This is strange.
There's no
What's
blood
strange?
on the stepladder on the footprints. See, it's not something we finished talking about. Footprints is an important clue we left overlooked. The stepladder would have left footprints. Come on! I got to this 2 hours ago!
I can prove it with this. If Ibuki used the stepladder to hang herself,
Seriously,
it's
that's what I said at the
strange that there
beginning.
weren't any footprints on it.
Huh?
The only thing I don't know right now is who did it. And why Ibuki. Well, except that probably she was a convenient victim because she was so suggestible. If Hiyoko had been the target and someone had used Ibuki to kill Hiyoko and set all that up, that would have made more sense.
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You noticed such a small detail. How amazing! This is truly the
Look at one of
talent
me's
a
feet just
chosen
dangling
ultimate.
there. What are you talking about? You're obviously leading to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. It's definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate. Naito Kamida.
Didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder?
Nope, we saw someone.
Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
You can stop making yourself look guilty.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
There's a lot of planning gone into this. For Ibuki. As I said, I can understand if Hiyoko was the target.
I
but
see.
no.
So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
Just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding the incidents contained in the video, which we only saw for a brief moment. Whether or not we can read that hidden truth, all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
There's a hidden clue. I should have seen something strange as I watched it. The only one who can clear that up. The one who saw the video. So I'm the only one that can do it. The hanging video I saw. Based on everything we know from the debate set, I should be able to figure out what's strange.
Here! That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier. It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However, that contradicts the video I saw at the hospital. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
That is truly strange.
Nagito. I mean, it is possible that Nagito helped Mikan. Because he did say that he would help anyone that came to him. And that wouldn't class as the killer.
If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, are you saying there were two stepladders?
Well, there were two banks.
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
I mean, the store.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the
But
music
also
venue.
probably in the
What do you mean?
hospital. Oh god, it really was Mikan, wasn't it?
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right? That's amazing, Chiaki! All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Stepladder isn't anything that's different. Stepladder was a different place, but I think it's different between this video and the actual scene of the crime. Is the thing the place where the killer did something? Crowman's Gambit, and I don't know what the word they want here is. Oh my god! Nope, it's not now. It's an F, okay. Oops. Well, that wasn't my fault. Ah, filming location. Oops. Ah, crap. Right, I can't spell, but hey, I did it! Filming location is the answer they wanted.
That's right. Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
In order to show, so they filmed the video at the music venue, so it's somewhere else. What do they do to that surveillance camera unit? Okay. Crap, nearly fell off. And I fell off. Oops. Make a decision. I don't know, both? No, it was the camera, I think. The camera. And what camera, I think. Damn it, I keep falling off. like playing that 3D seed game. That has got a Kinect thing, but absolutely impossible to play with the Kinect. Set to music, not Sayonara Wild Hearts, but okay, check. Run out of time because I keep falling off. Ah! Fuck's sake. Camera at the music venue. Oops. Question 3. A camera from the music venue, they took it with them. Okay. We did have plenty of time.
It's all coming together! That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
So the thing was smashed up.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
You destroyed it.
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have
It's
noticed
so much easier if there
something
were
like that.
fingerprints.
And the moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
Didn't need to.
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue is amazing enough.
Which means even if it's filmed in another place, as long as it's transmitted to the hospital, the range will be pretty limited. That's the case. Where was the video filmed to make it look like it's filmed at the music venue? The only possibility is that place inside that building, the conference room. What are we? Hangman's Gambit. Okay, cool. So, hospital, conference room, conference room. I gotta spell conference. Ah! I didn't mean to hit that button. That was not how you spell conference. That was me screwing up. It's an ease. Oops. There we go. Okay, my health needs recovering.
Possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Which Jackie had kind of already figured out.
Huh? Conference room?
Which makes it Mikan Nagito. Unlikely to be Akane.
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
Oh,
That's
with
exactly
the
why the killer did something to make those two places.
Did some work. Music venue cutting.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Or did they make some kind of set?
He might have tampered with the camera.
I still can't believe he mixed up the filming locations. Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
They made the
There's no way
music
the
venue look like the conference room.
and the music venue look the same.
Which place resembled the other? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue...
That must be it! What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room. They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
From
He's
what I
been trying to get a
remember,
pattern on.
there used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident, it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid!
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it
is a black light blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
Oops.
I see. The conference room.
Ice cream van!
Indeed.
It's
The floor
cold.
of that room is
Even though it's July.
the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor match.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
Thank you. So magnanimous.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence. Probably.
Something else the killer did to make the music venue. Stepladder at the candle? Candle?
I can prove it with this! You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, it's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
Didn't they, Mikan? Is that what you did?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Could have been Mikan. You could have put her hair down there. That would have been more convincing to me.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference room.
If I'd found proof that evidence in the conference room was altered, we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime. You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard the Bayside cops say that before, but it's the other way around.
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, Akane. Okay, you've just ruled yourself out with that stupid question.
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Video is from the conference room. Ibuki's with the music venue, which means there was a fake somewhere. The fake must have been the Ibuki in the conference.
I see! The person wearing the hint bag in that video wasn't Ibuki.
That's where they
It
put
was
the bag on.
the killer pretending to be Ibuki. The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hint bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital
She
to
could have
kill
killed
her,
her.
there's no way it happened during the day.
She could have killed her literally when she came over to my cottage. So that's what happened. And when I was how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. Well, at least that makes me feel better. But I bet Sonia is going, shit. Hiyoko wouldn't have been dead if it hadn't been for me. As I said, I'm still okay with that. But I look at the little swords crossed and the knife and fork. They're the two killers so far. So we shall have another one joining. At that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. but I don't understand. Why Mikan? And I want to set a trap for
But
me.
why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that
Create a
possibility
fake alibi.
thoroughly, then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Probably. Alright, I'm just going to quickly nip to the bathroom. I'm going to leave you on the shocked face. I'll be right back. Shocked face. We already know who the killer is. Well, we have suspects. I don't know why. Right, I should already know. Should have already known who the killer is. Oh my god. Okay. You can.
You're the only one! Nikon, you're the killer, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
She took the bandage off her arm.
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hiyoko?
Killer? Huh?
She took all the bandages off then.
I'm the killer? What is this?
She said several things during this that has like made me go, Nikan.
Hey, don't you think that's kinda impossible? A chick like her as the killer? She couldn't even kill a fly. In fact, the fly would probably kill her first.
She's right! A clumsy slowpoke like me killing someone? That's completely out of the question!
But we're the only ones. Thanks to that video, we're the only ones who have the advantage of an alibi.
An alibi? Was that the killer's goal?
Now that you mention it, you guys brought that up earlier. Only Hajime and Mikan have an alibi.
It's just a coincidence!
But you're the only one who could have filmed that video in the hospital conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
I mean, it could have still been Nagito. But he was deliriously half dead for most of this episode, so... most of this chapter. You insist I use the on-call room upstairs.
At that time, you said you were going to the on-call room, but you actually went to the conference room. That's when you
She
put
must
on
have
a
still been
hospital gown that
exhausted.
you prepared in advance, put the bag on your head, and began filming.
Why is the weird model always naked?
By doing that, you made up a video that showed Ibuki trying to hang herself at the music video. And showed that to me. Furthermore, I saw that video at the hospital lobby. If someone wants to go to the conference room from outside, they have to pass through the lobby.
So it's impossible that someone who wasn't already in the hospital went to the conference room to film.
Not only that, the others in the hospital, Kane and I, were both delirious from the despair disease.
So that must mean...
That Nagito lives another day. lives to be crazy another day. But also, but why, Mikan? I liked you.
Please wait a second. What are you saying? I'm the killer? That's impossible. There's no way I could kill someone.
It's not literally impossible. Can't you give a better defense than that?
Just shows she can't even do that.
Hey, you sure this chick is really the killer?
We got healed for pointing it out, so...
Wrong! It's totally wrong! It's not what you think!
Just like Akane said, it is really hard to tie it all together. I mean, Mikan is the killer?
I agree. It is truly difficult to believe someone could be killed by such a slow-witted woman.
It feels unlikely that it's gone down. And Jackie, Kane, and Sonia would have, yeah, wouldn't have volunteered the information that she'd suggested that Hiyoko go to the venue. She's not slow-witted, she's just got massive anxiety, but it is still very hard to believe.
That slow-witted remark is not necessary.
And I really wish they'd stop bullying her.
It's fine. I've been like this for a long time.
She couldn't be a nurse if she was slow-witted. She's clever.
In a tournament for social punching bags, I'd easily win first place with my soft reputation. Even I can't deny that. How many times do I have to tell you? It's impossible for me to kill someone. I'm serious. Very serious.
What do you say, Hajime?
Do you still believe this woman is the killer?
Do you hate me that much, Hajime?
I really don't trust you.
Hey, Hajime!
Everyone's ganging up on me. Well, it's either her, Nagito, or Akane. Akane is literally the only one that has no alibi and didn't go anywhere. Nagito we saw, but then wouldn't Mikan have seen if he came up to use the conference room? He did seem fairly close to death. Tricks aside, logic aside, is she really capable of doing something like this? I mean, Ibuki was incredibly suggestible. Honestly, she didn't have to do much killing. She could have just gone, Ibuki, kill her, and, you know, Ibuki could have killed Hiyoko. And then Ibuki, stick your neck in this thing. I don't know. It's really hard to justify, though. Could it be I'm the one making a mistake? In fact, it'd be so much easier if I was wrong. This much doubt about someone I've spent so much time with. Maybe the lack of sleep just made her crack.
Can you hold on a minute?
Unless you're gonna confess, Nagito. Huh?
Well, I know I'm being intrusive and all, and I mean, I have no place to say this. I missed all of the critical parts, and I doubt I have anything worth saying at an important time like this.
What are you saying?
But still, there's definitely no way I can overlook the killer this time.
Huh?
I thought it was suspicious all along, from the very beginning. Investigating with the suspect in mind creates a different result than investigating with no leads.
Well, I didn't investigate with the suspect in mind.
Hey.
Because I had no idea who it was.
Well, thanks to that, I was able to discover a truth that nobody else knows.
Are you serious?
This might be useful.
I've been so focused on everybody else this trial. But I guess now's a good time to say it, right?
You better not have kept quiet on purpose. This isn't a game, you know.
Actually, this is a game.
I mean, yes.
Please don't say such controversial statements.
Well, what do you know, Nagito?
Well, it's nothing big, really. Only a small, decisive clue that points to the killer.
Dang! That's a huge deal!
A decisive Does something like that really exist?
I mean, unless it's the left-hand side, the blood is literally hers because her left arm's bandaged. I don't know. I mean, her left arm's always been bandaged, as is her, you know, right leg, and she's got a plaster on her knee.
Let's take a look, shall we? Regarding the rope Ibuki was dangling from. This rope was supplied by the supermarket, right? There weren't any ropes inside the music venue.
Again with the supermarket? That place is a hotspot for criminal goods.
Very true.
If they got it at the supermarket, that means it was brand new, right?
What's wrong with that?
I want you to take a close look at this rope. And keep in mind that it's brand new. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed, as if it was rubbed strongly. But why is it like this? The loop Ibuki used to hang herself is on one end of the rope, and the part of the rope that hung from the baton lighting is on the other end.
Hey, you're taking too long. What's wrong with the rope being frayed?
It means, well, from what I can infer, I think the rope was used like this.
The police? Oh.
The killer wrapped the rope around Ibuki's neck, pulled both ends at full strength, and strangled her.
Interesting.
The center of the rope is frayed because that's the part they used to strangle Ibuki.
In which case is Mikan that strong?
Hold on. I've been listening to you for a while, and it sounds like you knew about this rope clue all along. What exactly did you say to me during the investigation?
This rope won't be much of a clue. Might as well search another place.
Not everyone cooperates at a class trial. Those who lie and conceal the truth will obviously be here too. Just like this case's killer. I was just copying them a little bit.
Huh?
More importantly, what was all that about the rope? The killer strangled Ibuki. And then?
And then, I finished speaking.
Huh?
How is that a decisive clue?
Huh? You didn't notice it? I thought I made the decisive clue very clear.
Mikoto's word contains decisive clue. Is that really true?
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
The body at the crime scene was hanged, you know. Obviously, we'd assume it was a hanging.
The Monokuma file complicates this too. It never specified hanging or strangulation.
Whoever misunderstood is to blame.
I need to look at the truth bullets. Crushed windpipe as a result of choking. I mean, the sharp-edged tool, clearly a scalpel type situation, but why? According to Mikan, there's no doubt that this was Ibuki's cause of death.
Ibuki didn't die from hanging. She was strangled to death.
That's basically the same thing.
Though hanging and strangling seem similar, they're very different. The scars they leave would look different too.
Scars? You mean the rope burn, right?
But we believed it was from a hanging. Why would that be?
Did we fall for someone's lie?
Yep,
That must be it.
we trusted Mikan. She always did the autopsies. She's a nurse.
So that's what happened. We've been falling for the killer's lie this whole time.
There's no doubt. No doubt she died from hanging herself.
You said Ibuki hanged herself, but that was a complete lie. Wasn't
I see.
it,
I
Miko?
thought it was interesting because she was suggestible. I would have thought, except that how suggestible? Would she have done something that was harmful in a suggestible state? She would have come with Mikan, no problem. It was Mikan that stopped us going into Ibuki's room. Could we have maybe visited Akane? I just took her word that we shouldn't wake her. She was the one that discovered she was missing. But I don't know why she did this. And if she had a knife, why, except that I think I think Hyoko was an impulsive mistake. She didn't expect to get caught mid-strangle. She would have just told Ibuki to keep calm. Don't know, I feel like it's quite evil.
That is... well...
You told us the wrong cause of death. You lied, didn't you?
We had no reason to believe that it wasn't a murder-suicide type situation. I made up all this elaborate story. I always do this. It's much more messy than that.
You should have been able to tell the difference between hanging and strangling just by looking. You, Mikan, the ultimate nurse.
Please wait!
Why?
First of all, I'm not a coroner, so I don't have the medical knowledge to identify injuries like that. That's why it's not my fault if I made a mistake.
You are right. And you have been a great help to us so far.
But even a drunk medical student can notice the difference between a hanging and strangulation.
The angle of the rope.
I'm not taking her side or anything, but being clumsy and unskilled in this area could lead to a mistake.
He's totally right. I'm such a clumsy mess, and I got
You've been
so
playing that up the
careless.
entire time, though.
Mikan nursed me till I got better. There's no way I'm gonna doubt her.
Don't you think her devotion to nursing is what helped her draw Ibuki to her death?
Huh?
And if not, her symptoms were still very serious and caused her to believe what anybody told her. It wouldn't surprise me if she willingly followed Mikan because she was nursing her.
So Mikan volunteered to nurse us? Because she was planning to do this all along?
That's a little... Aren't you like the thief who suspects everyone else of being thieves?
I'm not a criminal. Mikan is. I mean, she's a killer, you know.
I really do think that he suggested this to her, but why would she want to kill Ibuki?
You've got it all wrong. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry, but there's no way I can forgive you. I just can't forgive this crime at all.
Forgiveness or not, we still have not decided if Mikan is the killer.
I see. You guys are kind. Well, if that's the choice everyone makes, then the only thing I can do is back off, I guess. But is that really okay? Is that everyone's hope?
You're friggin' annoying! If you keep talking, I'm seriously gonna beat you up!
But I'm really not the killer. There's no way. I'm capable of killing someone.
Everybody is capable of killing. People just choose not to go around killing people. But everyone is capable of it. Unless you... I mean, in the case of maybe like a paraplegic that has no control over their their limbs and couldn't kill anyone. well, like a baby. Aside from that, you know, there are certain disabilities that would preclude the ability to commit murder. Though words are still, you know, so basically babies are the only ones that are not capable of murder, because even as, you know, a paraplegic or a disabled person with, you know, whichever set of disabilities means that they don't have control over their body. As long as they can still speak in some form, they could still incite murder or death, because words can hurt. Alright, so I basically decided that everyone is a murderer except for babies. But no, I mean, that is the thing. You can't say you're capable of killing. Everyone is capable of killing in some way or form. People just choose not to do it because that's not right. But in any given situation, people are capable of murder. Self-defense, you know, or rather murder, capable of killing, you know, self-defense. Every time you get into a car, if you're in control of that car, you are capable of killing somebody. So yeah, there we go. It's not a defense.
Is that really true?
Stop it already! That's enough!
I can't stop.
Oh, so you kind of...
I don't want to do this either. Of course I don't want to do this. But I need to do this.
Yes, fair enough, Dan. I'm still gonna go with, you know, you're supposed to like bury it under like rare plants or something so that they can't, you know, or poisonous plants or something, so that rare poisonous plants, and then, you know, it'll never get found. I don't know. I read way too many detective stories. So I don't know if anyone's seen Only Murders in the Building on Disney Plus. There's 2 seasons. There's a 3rd season coming out soon, and it is just like the most hilarious way of like people dying. I feel like I should rewatch the 1st season as well. I've just finished the 2nd season, but it's quite funny. It's got Steve Martin in. I think it's Steve Martin. I'm really bad with names. Anyway, it's got like famous people in, and it's really quite fun. A little bit cringy, which I think is why I stopped watching the 2nd season. And they weren't all out at the time. That might have been one reason, but also they are a wee bit cringy. You have to be in the right mood for it. Anyway.
You doubt your friends?
Well, someone here killed him.
That's not it. I suspect them because I want to believe them.
What the hell does that mean?
We know it's one of us, and it wasn't me.
I don't think belief and doubt are necessarily opposites.
Huh?
I do doubt her, but I still want to believe her. Belief lies at the heart of that conflict.
A great big gaping gap where Nakamura should be.
'Cause if there's no room for doubt, then there's no reason to believe, is there?
I mean, really the only way that anyone's getting off this island at this point, or the island, is if it's down to 2 people and the first one to kill at the end, because then there's a trial, but the only person left is the one who did the killing. So they were like, oh, well, it wasn't me, I get away with that. Last one standing type situation. And the rate people are dying is just ridiculous. So there should be more people left, but obviously Nekomaru has disappeared. So of the 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, seem to be 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's the whole bottom line. So there's 9 left. There should be 9 left, but there's 8 of us left, because there will be 8 of us left until Nekomaru comes back. And then there's still 3 more chapters.
Don't say deep stuff. I don't really get it.
Well, I think, you know, the reason we don't want to believe, we don't want to believe that she did it because she's so nice, but obviously it's an act.
If If you want to believe in someone, you need to overcome doubt first.
That's why trials have guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If there is doubt, can't commit.
Belief
Can't
without
convict.
doubt is simply a lie.
Fine. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you anymore.
I mean, the first time Mikan opened her mouth, she convicted herself. In this trial.
Huh? Is that all you can say?
Oh dear.
Ah, so in the end, you're all just a bunch of bullies, huh?
Okay. Why is everyone on this island crazy?
Justifying your actions with fancy words. Making excuses for why it's not really your fault.
I mean, I can understand that's why Hyoko was killed, but was Ibuki also a bully? I don't remember her being specifically bullying towards Mikan, but a lot of people were bullying Mikan, and they're all dead. So, yeah, I can believe she snapped.
Everyone always treats me like that. Always. It's all her fault. She's the one with the problem. I'm done with that. You hear me? I'm done.
She snapped.
Hey, Mikan.
It's not fair. It's not fair. 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 Why won't you forgive me? If you did something, you'd forgive yourself right away. What did I do? Why won't anybody forgive me?
Did you kill two people?
Is acting like this your strategy now? This is annoying. Plus, to be honest, I've run out of ideas. How can we get you to admit it? That's the issue.
If we don't have any clues, why don't we have her give us some? I'm the same as Hajime. I don't want to doubt any of my friends. But still, the truth is one of us murdered two of our friends.
Which is what I said.
That's why we gotta stick with this until the very end, so we can finally break these chains of despair.
Hi, Elkash. What is a little moida between friends? Exactly. Jackie?
Hey, Mikan, can I ask you one last thing? If you're not the killer, then who fabricated that video Hajime watched?
Like I said, it obviously wasn't me.
Can you prove it?
Can't prove a negative! Seriously, stop it! You can't prove negative, it's literally impossible.
Wait! Do you have any proof that I'm the one who fabricated that video? That's right!
You're overdoing it now, sweetie.
Because you're just assuming the video was filmed at the conference room. Treating me like a killer based on an assumption. Just because I was at the hospital.
I mean, at this point, as long as everyone else is convinced it's her, we don't technically need to prove it. Because we'll just vote for her and Monokuma and tell us if we're right. But I want to know why she killed Ibuki. Is it because she was a bully? Did she take advantage of the situation to rid herself of a bully? And Hyoko walking in was just like pure dumb luck. Like, perfect.
That's totally crazy! I didn't do anything wrong!
What's your definition of wrong?
Why does everybody always hate me?
We don't.
Just forgive me already!
Is this broad really okay? She's emotionally
I'm
unstable.
surprised he didn't die. Because, you know, he's abused her a couple of times, verbally.
I'm not the killer! The video... I never filmed that video!
It seems she finally started arguing arguing for us.
Huh?
But the only one who can find the hole in her argument is you, Hajime. So, I'm going to leave this to you once again.
Could it be this was Chiaki's goal all along? He's saying everyone's fate depends on me, the only person who saw that video.
Why do you get to decide I'm the killer? Where's your proof? Please, forgive me already!
I need to make up my mind. I'm the one who has to do it. The one who's going to finish this. And good, because it's 5:45. Time flew today. Make my argument. What do we got? Blood and souls, rope, my towel, scrap thingy. Okay. You come? Honestly, I don't know.
I'm not the killer!
Let's see what she says first.
We can't think of anybody else other than you
Except for you.
who could have filmed that video.
Oh, do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikon clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Don't flinch, don't hesitate, don't run away. I'm the only one who saw that video. Who else is going to do it if I don't?
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Oh, do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikon clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight?
Camera
There's
angle.
no way you'd be able to make out her body type!
Camera angle.
So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Camera angle. From that camera angle. I mean, blood on the soles doesn't prove it. The rope. Key, the paper. Curtain. Stepladder. Camera angle. I need to absorb them, don't I? Hang on. What's the thinking? Absorb. Can I? How do I absorb? I always forget. Hold down Y. There, okay.
I'm not the killer!
I need to absorb the killer's lie. Camera angle.
We can't think of anybody else other
We never said
than
anything
you
about camera angle.
who could have filmed that video.
Oh, do you have any proof?
Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that camera angle? Just from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Okay. I'm the only one that saw that video.
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that
Camera angle?
Was that wrong, or did it hit
Just
the...
from that dim candlelight? There's no way you'd be able to make out her body type! So please forgive me already!
Hajime, pay close attention and listen well. You're the only one who can point out the killer's mistake.
Okay, I think I need to clear the thing out of the way first.
I'm not the killer!
We can't think of anybody else other than you who could have filmed that video.
Huh? Do you have any proof? Is the hemp bag on her head the proof? Is the hospital gown she was wearing suspicious? Or could it be the hospital slippers she had on?
Ibuki and Mikan clearly have different body types.
Is that really your proof? You could tell her body type under the hospital gown? Just from that video? Just from that
Camera angle?
I'll shoot through that contradiction.
I got it that time.
Mikan, you've committed a major mistake.
Let him slip up.
mistake?
As I said before many times, I'm the only one who saw that video.
What's wrong with that?
But I never said anything about the camera angle. So how can you...
Okay, so... 5'4", 125, 35 inches. 5'3", and she weighs a bit more. 1 inch taller, weighs a bit more. A bit more busty, but easily done with some, you know, wrapping. About the same height, similar hair.
Say anything about the camera angle as if you saw that video yourself.
Boom.
The only reason Mikan knew the camera angle Hajime had seen is because you're the person who actually filmed that video. Is that right?
This is your just reward. The more desperately you argue, the deeper you dig yourself into a hole. You lied, didn't you?
Are you serious? Is it true, Mikan? Did you kill Hiyoko and Ibuki?
Forgive me!
Mikan.exe has terminated unexpectedly. Please reboot.
I was wrong. Wrong. No, that's not it at all.
That's not it?
I mean, it's impossible. You know that
Impossible.
handbag Ibuki was wearing when she died? Try remembering the tote bag instead. Ding! I totally remember now.
What the heck's wrong with her? She's getting weirder by the minute.
That tote bag, isn't it the same one that girl was wearing in the video?
How do you know so much about that video?
Who cares about that? More importantly, did you know that bag is a limited item that was sold at the movie theater?
Yep, and there were two of them.
Hajime-san
Buy
too,
one, get one.
didn't you? You remember that you saw
one,
me
get one free.
decal on it, right? Whoopsie! Don't worry about it. I remember even if you don't. Ta-da! There's no mistake that that tote bag is a limited item. So don't you think it's impossible? Using one tote bag in both the conference room and the music venue at the same time? It's blatantly obvious that that's impossible, don't you think? That's why that video isn't fabricated, and I'm not the killer. So you'll forgive me, right?
Taking your stubbornness this far. Such despair.
Then you're gonna forgive me? I won't stop until you forgive me!
Long time no see. Well, not really. It's time for the third Panic Talk Action PTA. Probably going to be my last job during a class trial. Excuse me while I taint your ears one last time. Starting from this PTA, the reload and ammo features will be added. You will no longer be able to make do with just the A button. Below the tempo marker in the lower portion of the screen, the number of bullets are displayed. From this point, you need one bullet to destroy one remark. When you're out of bullets, you won't be able to destroy, so you need to reload. X to reload. Okay, controls the same. Right. Well, I find this particular PTA much harder to do than the other one for some reason. More bullets is based. Oh god. Right. Fever time is fine. Okay. True despair.
I'll keep explaining it until you forgive me! That bag is a limited item! That's why that crime is impossible for anyone to pull off.
This chick, has she lost it for good?
Will you forgive me? You'll forgive me, right? Isn't that right? You're obviously gonna forgive me, right?
That's right, they're not getting anywhere. Just need Amos. You could admit it.
You still haven't forgiven me!
Okay, so we've got lock on, attack, select final strike. Ah, right, okay, yeah, so final strike. So RB is going to take the time.
I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Why only me? Please, draw on me. Can you forgive me already? Forgive me! Forgive me! Please, draw on me. Do you understand? Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. Can you forgive me already? I'll do anything you want. You're done for! Forgive me! Forgive! Why only me? You still haven't forgiven me? I'll do anything you want. Please, draw on me. Do you understand? There's only one bag. It's impossible to use it in two places at the same time.
This is the end!
So it's a bonus prize. I think I did that in the right order. Because otherwise that's so frustrating, that one. I find it really harder to keep the thing. The time. I like the class trial, it's less talking on my part. When you buy one bag, you get the free one.
Whoever bought that bag should have received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places. So please, just stop making desperate excuses.
Why? Why can't you forgive me? Why?
It seems her desperate struggle is finally coming to an end.
Why does everybody always hate me? You should just forgive me already!
Mikon, it's already over. After I go over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left. Please, just admit it already. In the end, at least let me believe in you.
Closing arguments. Okay, we're only just over. So, yeah, 3 hours for an entire thingy. What I saw on the monitor. Okay. What did the killer do after the broadcast? Wait, hang on. What was happening before? Okay. Small clue. Look back to normal after destroying. Small clue. Ripped off people's open. How is it really locked? Glue.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
There we go. Why? The
Key to
why?
this incident is the surveillance camera video that only I saw. That's why I'm going to start with that to unravel the knots of this crime. When I went to the hospital with Mikon this morning, I noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When I switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music video. That's why I thought the signal originated from the music video, so I immediately headed over there. But that was the killer's trap. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. The killer brought the music venue camera the night before and made their preparations in advance. And then, they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think the incident was happening in real time, when in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually the killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found the hanged body wearing a bag on its head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that was also part of the killer's trap. After cleaning the conference room, the killer was likely watching the music venue from outside. And, as if they were switching places with me, they went inside the music venue and began working on their last trick.
If they hadn't have killed Hyoko, then they wouldn't have had to go and like clean up. Could have just left it like that, except they needed to drop the camera off, but they could have done that more easily.
First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Hyoko's body. When I first arrived and saw the hanged body, I didn't notice anything strange about that pillar. I didn't expect it to be slightly larger from the wallpaper, or have Hyoko's body hidden inside. Next, the killer destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. After destroying it, they mixed it with what was left of the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally brought from the music video.
I thought that maybe with 3 camera sets, but that was just easier
When
there.
they brought it, they made sure to destroy its
I
monitor
can
before.
over-engineer crimes, apparently.
They wanted to hide the fact that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. In the end, the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks from the storage room and placed it near the... However, they did this to mislead us into believing that the music venue
To be
was
fair,
locked
I don't
from
know what I'd
inside.
do if I found a dead body. Whether I would probably take pictures. If I had the wherewithal, I would take pictures or capture a video. Just to, like, preserve the crime scene, especially if I'm, you know, because an extra couple of minutes isn't going to make a difference if they're already dead. But, I don't know.
In actuality, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that could be forced open.
I don't know why they did the glue thing. They didn't need to.
With that, the killer finished tampering with the crime scene and met up with Fuyuhiko. They helped us force open the music venue door, despite the fact that they personally sealed it. And they made
Probably
us discover not
misdirection.
just Ibuki's body, but Hyoko's suddenly present body as well. At the time, they pretended to be surprised, but inside, they were probably relieved that their plan worked out. Isn't that right, Mikan? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
She looks demented then. Why? Why? I mean, at least Terutoru and Peko had reasonable answers as to why. Come on, give me a reasonable
Whoa,
answer.
now she's laughing?
She snapped from lack of sleep, right?
It's been such a long time. This feeling, I know it well. Like the floor is collapsing, like the sky is falling down upon you.
That's anxiety.
This feeling of despair!
Mikan, you... What has happened to you?
Whoa there! Before that, a moment of your time.
Oh, we did it. Oh, okay. Not too bad. We got a B.
It seems your arguments have reached a conclusion, so let's proceed to
Do
our
you know
regularly
why?
scheduled voting
And then we'll mute the
time.
stream sound on the Xbox for the actual execution, just to avoid getting copyright striked. So I don't have to mute me.
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
We don't have
Who
any
will
control
be
at this point.
chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's go!
Who's found guilty? Monokuma vote. Ding 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 ding. Pecan. I don't know why. All rise.
Well now,
Oh, it may be obvious at this point.
correct.
You got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. That's right. The true identity of the horrifying blackened who killed the 2 girls was Miko Miki.
Damn it.
Gotta be shame me. Are you saying Mikan, the one who nursed us back to health, was the one who killed them?
I won't
Don't joke
forgive
around
you.
with me, Mikan. Did you lie to us all along? Trying to kill them from the start while you were nursing them.
Hey!
Just laugh. Say something. This is where
What's going on?
this chick.
Hey.
This is nothing like Peko. She's actually gone mental.
That's
Nothing we can do.
obvious.
She's no longer the same person. She's no longer the Mikan Sumiki we knew. Huh?
Hey,
Based on my predictions, she might have caught it too. She probably had the despair disease, which was the motive for this case.
What?
Mikan too, you say? Oh, Mikan too, you say?
I
know. As I was looking at Mikan for so long, she was the one taking care of me after all. My consciousness kept drifting, but even so, when I did catch a glimpse of her, expression was full of despair. Despair so devoid of hope that not even a single fragment of it remained. Hold on, did you say Mikan also had the despair disease? And that means she was...
What?
Not in her right mind. Huh, Hajime, something crossed your mind. Was she trying to kill me? That's right. Mikan felt really hot at that time. Now I think about it. That must have been a high fever, just what Ibuki and Akane had.
It cannot be.
Then because of that disease, Mikan was...
Perhaps?
The symptoms that she surely felt must have been deserving of the name despair disease. Losing all hope and harbouring despair for all hope. Because of the despair disease, she was likely overcome with the despair.
See?
That's the reason why she can still laugh in such a hopeless situation, but I thought everyone was cured.
Jeez.
Which means the Mikan standing before us is no longer the ultimate nurse. She's a completely different person now that she's infected by the despair disease.
Isn't that right?
She's a human who deserves to be called the ultimate despair. But that's not fair. She can't be blamed for something she had no control over. And that's a pretty shitty reason for the deaths. And I thought they were supposed to be cured now. Ultimate despair? She's got maniacal laughter. It's the reason why I cannot forgive this. I mean, killing someone for the sake of despair instead of for the sake of hope.
Possible.
There's no way I can forgive that.
Oh?
For the sake of despair? It's completely wrong.
Huh?
Wrong? Wrong? What's wrong?
What I did was for the sake of my beloved.
Okay?
Huh? Huh?
Who are you talking about? Oh, if only they were still alive, they'd be so happy. Peko? You know. Oh my god.
Beloved was the only one. That's right. The only one who never hated me.
The Akia?
They forgave my existence. They forgave me and accepted me. They gave me value. They loved me. I loved them with all my heart, and they returned it in full.
I mean, what it could have been what's its sister?
This is my reciprocation.
I understand that I've done something unforgivable. But you know, to transcend all that is truly...
It's love.
What love is all about.
Hey.
I don't understand what you're saying. You don't understand? It's because you don't have anyone to love? It's because you're always someone who isn't accepted by anyone? What a pity, I feel sorry for you.
Well,
Even if I say this, I'm sure no one here would understand, but love is a wonderful thing. This feeling of freedom where you no longer care about anything. My beloved and I are the only ones within that thin veil, and I'm just looking out through it. That's why as long as I'm on the inside, no matter how much they tease me, splash me with water, kick me, it's like nothing matters. I could just die, that's how little it matters. Who cares about hope or despair? It's love, only love.
Could it be?
Nagita, is this really the despair disease you were talking about?
This is...
It seems that I was wrong. Not only was she affected by despair. Half right, it's right to say this is all thanks to that disease. Because thanks to that disease, I was able to remember my beloved. Right, in which case it is what's its sister. Remember? Apparently that's what my symptom was. A wonderful symptom. Which means you had the remembering disease?
But...
Ah, it's better that because she's quite forgetful usually, potentially. I don't know. It means she remembered something and ended up like this. You saying you were like this from the start? Were you like this before you even came to the island? Don't get so angry. Well, first of all, the reason I became like this wasn't my fault. It was all your fault, you know. Because it's not like I'm entirely responsible for turning out like this. I'm the person I am today because of many human relationships. So it's everyone's fault that I turned out like this, you see. Even so, the current me was most strongly influenced by my beloved's existence. It was also my beloved who created the me that everyone can't forgive. But my beloved still forgives me and still accepts me. This is the key difference between all of you and my beloved.
Don't fuck with me!
Like I said, who the fuck are you talking about? Are you saying this is... She's the real Mika? Mikan, please answer me. Did you really remember? You ended up like this all because you remembered? There's no way I can believe that. There's no way the person you are right now is the real Mikan. Why? We didn't know her before. You still doubt me? And to prove I remember, I'll tell you all something nice. It's about that World Ender organization that you were worrying about.
You serious?
No, I just remembered, that's all. I knew about it all along. How that horrifying organization known as World Ender is also the organization known as the Future Foundation. Future Foundation? Future... Oh. That's right, the symbol on the ancient ruins door, that's right. It's the Japanese word for future.
Hey,
Just what is the Future Foundation? What do they think? As the name suggests, that organization is the World Ender. The Future Foundation is trying to end our world. To put it simply, they're trying to claim the world for themselves.
this is bad.
What the heck? This is a comic book, you know. Part of their plan to end the world, the Future Foundation brought us to this island. Isn't that right, mon ami? I knew it. Mon ami, Monokuma, they're both members of that crazy organisation, aren't they? Mon ami and I are members.
I am Monokuma!
My existence isn't... Aaron. Oh dear.
Hey,
Don't laugh. Hey Mikan, if you already do remember, and you already know, right? You already know the true identity of the traitor hiding among us. Of course I know that. Let's see the Future Foundation lackey that's hiding among you all is. Oh, well, no one really cares about that, don't you think?
of course not!
Oh, hell no. Good, eventually suspend me to own patience. Probably when that countdown ends. Countdown? You know about that?
Oh?
Don't know anything. Huh? I have a feeling that's what it is, but who cares about that, you know? Drowning in so much love from the bottom of my heart, I just don't care about anyone or anything.
That is...
You can? Is that really you? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe you were like this all along. Because if that's true, then who's the person we've been spending time with up till now? The past. Past? That person, she didn't exist in the beginning. She's just my past self who lost her school memories. You guys consider that thing a friend?
Oh?
That doesn't make me happy at all, it just fills me with despair. You guys accepted my past self, but not my present self. That's... Well, that applies to you all as well. Memories of people, memories of events, whatever it is. Losing memories are like losing your personal identity. True. Your memories make you who you are. Memory is the most important component in building a person, don't you think? Losing our memories makes us shadows of the past, don't you think?
Hey,
I don't know what you're trying to say, but in the end it always leads back to that story about our school and stolen school lives.
hey!
So it was true all along, our memories were taken away.
Damn it!
If it wasn't true, we wouldn't be suffering this much. Take your sweet time and remember at your own pace.
Oh?
Monokuma, is it alright for you to start now?
Yes, indeed!
Oh, I want to be loved. Punishment time! Damn it, why? Mikan, why does it have to end like this? This is too pointless. This is too much.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
The ultimate nurse, Mikan, sneaky.
So it's over. It's really... Now I can go to my beloved, who always forgives me. I can finally see them. Please forgive me, the one who's going to die with the hope of finally seeing you.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Okay. Alright, muting the Xbox. Doing! Game over. Mikan has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Jump. Okay. Ah, lethal injection. Bye. Jeez, Ultimate Nurse Mikan's excellent. Execution. Wow, that is a needle. Excuse my French. Okay, so there's not really much sound, but this is a thing. Oh my, okay. So we're now riding a giant something. Okay, this is... There, yeah, that is extremely weirdly sexual. Oh, it's a giant fist. Okay, why are we being... That seems very odd. That's Monokuma's butt. Okay. Right, sound back on. Okay, that was weird. But yes, I don't know whether that plinky plonky video gamey-esque music would trigger it, but I'm just not going to chance it. It's just easier than having to edit the videos after the fact. It's finished. Is it really finished? But we don't know who it was that she... But considering who we know who's died, it could be the Yakuza guy's sister. She remembered that. Maybe they were in love. And then, murdered her, so, yeah. Is it really finished? The killer who killed Ibuki Miyoda and Hyoko Soyonaji was Mikan Sumiki. She's been executed. She apparently committed a crime because she was affected by the despair disease. So what? It's finished. Nobody wanted it to end this way.
Let me ask.
Who was that Mikan from earlier? Was that her true form, or is that itself a symptom of the despair disease?
Damn it.
It doesn't matter either way. She ended up like this from just remembering, and all along Mikan was never worth being a symbol of hope.
What?
Even if her words were influenced by the despair disease, if the disease turned her into that. She lost herself to a simple disease, she was definitely unworthy of being a symbol of hope.
Isn't that right?
So let's just move on. Come on, let's take all the despair and change it into hope.
Please wait!
Which is impossible. I thought we were friends this whole time, but even so... And Nagito is still bloody alive. God damn it! He's going to be alive at the end, isn't he? And he's the one that orchestrated the whole first murder situation as well. He's the reason Byakuya is dead. And Teruteru. Like a house of cards collapsing in an instant, in the end our friend who we thought we knew ended up showing us a completely different side of herself. And she vanished from her sight, leaving behind only her malice towards us. And now there's no way we can just move on, try to have a clear-cut attitude about these feelings. That's clearly impossible.
Damn it!
It would have been so much easier if she was the traitor too.
Wrong.
Too bad. That's not the case. Mikan was not the traitor.
Come on.
The cheater is still alive, as proves right now. Not fine at all. But if the traitor died, you wouldn't be this calm, would? I mean, you're both pawns of the future foundation, so you guys are like two hearts beating as one, right?
You fiend.
What does that make you fiend? You did say that you're different from one of me.
Phew.
Cares about who I am, more important. I'm tired. The drama just kept going and going. I didn't have time to eat my black bean right eye during the break. Ew.
Hey!
Your right eye is made out of black beans?
Hey!
Wait, now's not time to focus on that. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I know, isn't it said that life has its ups and downs? It's fun because downs come after ups, but if life was full of downs, wouldn't it get boring?
Yeah.
So in order to help you guys better, I've prepared a special event. Special event? Head over to the first island. An old friend will be waiting. Old friend? Oh, Nekomaru.
Huh?
Could it be Nekomaru?
Hey!
Is it? It is, isn't it? Nekomaru was saved after all? Safe. Should I say this? I knew it. I knew that crazy bastard Nekomaru would come back to us in one piece. Awesome, we're starting to see the light of hope. The light of hope? I am happy Nekomaru is returning to us,
So
but
just as I thought.
3 of our friends just died, so I honestly cannot be happy. Sonia.
However...
Even so, I am still happy. If Nekomaru is safe, I am truly happy.
Fine.
If you are happy, you should honestly greet him with open arms. Perhaps those who have been taken from us would do the same if they still lived. Hey, Supreme Overlord of who gives a shit, that line doesn't suit you at all. Silence, I shall crush you into dust. Ibuki, Hyoko, Mikan, can you hear us? If you are unhappy, I apologize. However, please forgive me for right now. I want to warmly welcome Nekomaru when he returns to us. You don't have to worry, Sonia. I'm sure your feelings are reaching them.
Right?
Then let us all go greet Nekomaru. Let him make it grand even for those who have died. What the heck? Do I still have the after effects of that disease? Don't get this at all.
All right.
Alrighty then, let's go. Yeah, you're right. Please be Nekomaru. Otherwise, this is just going to be Nekomaru's coming back. When we heard that, we were unable to contain our excitement as we jumped into the elevator. I feel like it's not.
Uh-oh.
Aw, they just ran off without listening to what I had to say.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, they're so impatient. Didn't they like to stick around until others have finished talking? Does that mean
Hey!
you're plotting something again, aren't you?
No way!
I'm not plotting anything. I was just trying to explain everything to them, including Nekomaru's body. Nekomaru's body. It's their fault for not sticking around until I finished talking. So if something happens because of that, I bear no responsibility. What did you do to Nekomaru?
What's this?
What did I do? I just saved him, that's all. I mean, if I didn't do that, there's no way I could have saved someone who was that close to death. Oh my god, has he put him in like a robot body or something? Just couldn't be helped. He's put it in some kind of other body. As soon as we exited the elevator, we started running. Hurry to the beach on the first island.
All right!
Let's haul ass. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Even though we were completely exhausted, strangely enough, our bodies felt light. Without stopping for anything, we kept on running right towards the beach on the first island. This is going to be totally disastrous. Where in the world is Nekomaru? I feel that's sort of like Carmen Sandiego.
Hey,
It's Nekomaru, show yourself.
Listen,
To pick you up, please hurry and come out of hiding. We raised our voices, we looked around the area. Raised our voices again, we looked around the area again, and so on and so forth. We kept looking for him, but...
Hey!
The hell, man, he's nowhere to be found.
Damn it!
Could it be? Did we get fell info from Monokuma again? And that's when it happened. We heard a familiar voice echo throughout the beach.
What happened? Were y'all looking for me?
Could it be?
Voice? With high hopes in our hearts, we turned towards the direction of the voice. And then we saw something truly unbelievable.
Huh? What the?
Yo! I've kept you waiting. Hey, what's going on? Perhaps you don't remember my face since we haven't seen each other in a while. That's pretty sad, you know? That's too much!
Who are you?
Huh? You too? What's going on? If you're messing with me, I'll stop doing it to you.
Nekomaru? Haven't you noticed it yourself?
What do you mean, noticed? Oh, you mean this body? This is nothing!
Oh my god.
The name's Nekomaru Nidai! I've been reborn in the rivers of hell!
It still kind of looks like him. He looks very kick-ass. Don't know how he's going to die, though. I'm sure he'll end up dying or something. I don't know. I'm guessing his body was destroyed. They stuck his mind in there, but... That's interesting. What do we got now? 3 days? 9 days, 14.5 hours. Okay. Okay. Well, I suppose that makes like 3 days of 3. We usually get about that. Chapter 3, Trapped by the Ocean Scent. End. Okay, that task trial took 3.5 hours, so we just need to... 9 people left. Okay. 8 humans and 1 robot. Be continued. I obtained Mikan's outfit. Is it medicine or a social skill? Yes, please. Overwrite. We were hoping things would progress smoothly, and we're going to leave that there. Return to title.
Danganronpa.
Oops. Alright, so, I'll be back on Tuesday. I believe it's co-stream with Jessie Day. I think I've got an Artifacts Mundi game lined up, if that still works out this week. I need to check my calendar. but I think it's just normal streams this week. Thank you for being here. It's been a bit of a slow stream. I am still pissed off by that person who came in earlier and put some stuff in that could potentially be a spoiler, but of course my stupid brain won't stop thinking about it, so I'm hoping that I can forget about it. But anyway, all is good. I'm gonna go get some food. So yeah, I shall catch you all later this week. Thanks for watching. I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. I bid you good night. We'll be chapter 4ing next weekend. It should be interesting. I want to see how it goes. There are so few people left. Alright, bye.